Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let me just go ahead and give you a quick update here on ICP because the last 72 hours or so really have been, very much devastating for a lot of holders. But the situation, let me just be honest with you, is not isolated to ICP. It's just ways of the market, right? So fundamentally speaking, nothing has changed much about the project. I know there have been some rumors that, Dominic was no longer the chief scientist or whatever role he was playing. He came out, he said that actually he still has got the same role. We have actually bullish news developing that ICP is going to be able to facilitate launching of meme coins on the Bitcoin network, and that is actually anticipated to increase the cycle burn rate, meaning burning more ICP, potentially becoming much more deflationary. So normally this would have been bullish news across the board. There's also the Cardano news that probably ICP is going to be integrated with Cardano, and we can have chain key Cardano on the ICP blockchain. I mean, all positive stuff. On the fundamental front, I think things are looking still good, but the chart has been literally obliterated. So the question now on a lot of people's minds is this actually the beginning of the bear market? And if it's the beginning of the bear market, what is the step to take, right? Let me just show you my opinions right real fast. I'm looking at this chart and considering that we have broken the upward sloping support. I was saying that if we happen to hold this upward sloping support, we could potentially see ICP reach something like $18. The total opposite actually happened here, and we broke that massively. Now, very interestingly, we are seeing that we have a very high demand candle. It's as if the dip didn't happen, because take a look at this candle. I mean, what kind of a candle is this? What this actually is telling you is that buyers were willing to buy the ICP price by around $5.50 here, and they were riding it up all the way. As you can see, we're speaking right now, ICP is actually up 34% just in the last 24 hours alone. So this is great, and we have actually seen the highest volume on ICP that we have seen in a long time, $320 something million. ICP usually trades below $100 million, but with this kind of volatility, we were seeing that potentially sophisticated traders were willing to buy in the price at the very lows. So I don't know if it was a great idea to be selling ICP when you can see that so many buyers actually were willing to step in right here with a very big demand candle. It hasn't closed just yet, but my opinion is that it closes right around the same level, $7.50 thereabout. Whatever the case may be, even if it drops a little bit lower, the situation here is that there were a lot of buyers who were willing to buy the price right in the levels that we were having as back as July 2024. So that's good. But immediate short term, if I would look at this price chart here, let me just show you an obvious thing that usually happens there. And it's something that we have seen time and again. I've already explained this kind of a chart time and again, is that yes, you have seen the waterfall kind of a crash. You usually have an initial reaction, a bounce, and then from there you set a low, which is obviously higher than the previous one. Now the decision has to be made here when you go for the second high, which usually is higher than the initial one. So what I'm saying here is that if we pull off Fibonacci retracement 2 from the very top until the bottom here, it's usually the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. For ICP right now, that's $7.50, or it can be the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level 2 that gives you the initial reaction, which for ICP is $8.20. So these are the two areas that I'm looking at to see if we can get some kind of a rejection or not, so that the price comes down just a little bit much more here, and probably right around $6.60 for a short period of time before it can collect itself for the next run towards the upside, which would look like something like this here. Then from here, you're looking to see if you can set a higher high compared to the $8.20. From there, you can either continue pushing towards the upside, or in other cases where you fail to break that $8.20 mark or the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, you usually go ahead and set a new low. So we have to wait and see for this scenario to play out. I think it's too early to go ahead and try to say, okay, this is what is going to be happening right now. So as for me right now, I haven't sold any ICP yet because I believe that the bull market is actually not yet over. I'm looking at Bitcoin right now, and I was just wondering, like, okay, what was it like in previous cycles, right? So we begin here in 2013, and you can see that what was really confirming the bear market was if the RSI on the 1 monthly time frame was crossing below the moving average, as you can see here, that okay, after this was lights out pretty much. And you also saw the same thing here in 2017 when you were crossing below this moving average, the yellow line that you can see there. Then this was actually telling you straight up that the bull market was over. This is the beginning of the bear market. So we also had the same scenario back in 2021, and you can see when we crossed the moving average on the monthly RSIs, this was over. Now, as we are speaking right now, we haven't had anything like that yet. And if we also want to be honest, we can see that this market has not had the kind of euphoria that it has had in previous cycles. Now, some people can say, okay, this is actually validation that this time around was different and the bull market was over prematurely. But I usually like to err on the side of things are not different, and we are pretty much going to see the market at least rhyming or repeating the same thing that it has done in the past. So we are missing this euphoric stage of the bull run, and it might have just been triggered by, this kind of volatility that we saw in the last 72 hours or so, because there was a lot of leverage that was wiped out of the market. And I think that anything that is remaining right now is just spot positions. So this has been the case in most of the other bull cycles that we have seen, with probably an exception of the 2021 bull market. But whatever the case may be, I don't think that the bull market top has been confirmed yet, at least from the Bitcoin price. With that reason, I think that ICP still has got some chance to recover here. And just as I was saying, whether we're going to be setting a new low from here or we're going to be continuing higher is going to be determined in the next few days or something like that. I'm going to be trying all my best to come up with updates as soon as I can. Maybe at times we can be doing 2 videos a day so that we can keep in touch as much as we can. If that sounds interesting, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for ICP Internet Computer price updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.